It's only on your mic. I still sound normal. You sound insane.
Hello, and you're very welcome along to the Unpopular Opinion podcast. My name is Jen.
And I'm Carla.
Lads. We have our equipment back. Lads, it's everything we've ever dreamed of. We were going through the settings on this thing, and that came up, and the two of us fucking leapt off the chairs.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about getting that sound effect on our equipment.
For 5 years.
For 5 years. And it just came by default.
I know.
It's been fucking fantastic.
Upgraded the equipment this time, so we got the latest version. We took a risk. We paid the extra, and we said, you know what, girls and boys, you deserve the best.
We'll spoil this. But one of the things we were just like, what the actual fuck? So you know when we ask you to submit stuff in, and most of the time people say, girls, please keep it anonymous.
Yeah.
Because
or I'd love to send a voice note, but
yeah, exactly.
I can't.
Now you can, because guess what?
We have a voice changing effect now. And we can play your voice note directly into the pod and nobody will know it's you. Maybe change your accent, you know what I mean?
I sound like one of them, you know when it's a silhouette and it's usually like a Liverpudlian lad and he's like, I just didn't mean to get into it. Hang on, look.
I just went down the wrong path in life. Didn't even mean to. Me poor ma.
I fucking love it. Oh, there's a lot more in here than that really. But look, we'll surprise you. We'll ding you now and again with a new fact, Fucking thrilled with this now.
This is going to be a whole new world for us.
Thrilled with me life. Thrilled with me life.
We're like kids. We're like
really
children.
We really are.
Yeah.
And we're back in the room. So we'll get the video cameras set back.
Oh yeah, videos from next week. We're excited to bring videos back in a big way. Hoping to figure out longer form video too, but let us see.
Yeah, I know, because there is people that ask to have the whole episode on YouTube.
The audio is on YouTube. I will say that the audio is on YouTube. The visual isn't. When we were recording the visuals, we were recording segments because it just takes way too long to edit, and you also have to remember me and Jen have full-time jobs, so that wasn't.
Yeah, and we kind of only have. Our cameras are kind of only set up for small. They're not like
long bursts, but then they are vlogging cameras. Like they are supposed to be able to. I don't know what it was. If it was that plus combining two forms on an iPhone trying to edit, nightmare.
I don't know. I'd be there all fucking week.
So look,
you'll be getting the video for this week's pod in July.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, I loved that conversation that they had.
Yeah, no, it just wouldn't be happening.
My favourite episode.
Yeah, exactly. This episode though, just bits and bobs, isn't it? Really, just
there's a lot to go through. I feel like it's been a very busy March.
Yeah,
and there's some things that need their own time.
Yeah, exactly. This week though, I think the first thing that we should talk about is JD, our husband. We went to see him live.
Sorry, I thought you said JT. I was like, that fucker came up on my Spotify. I just opened my Spotify there. It was like, Carla, for you, Justin Timberlake's new album. I was like, I'm putting the phone in the bin.
You
lamping it.
Piss off.
I was like, do you know me?
It's like that time when U2 put their album on everybody's iPhones. They're really pushing it.
I know. Check them in the sphere.
They're really pushing it. I actually saw, it was a sponsored thing that came up on TikTok. I was just doom scrolling, the usual. Yeah. And then it came up and somebody was like, POV, you're back in your mid or fucking early 90s era because you're listening to JT. And then, because TikTok is a cheeky fucker. Yeah. When it's like an ad, it doesn't come up immediately that it's an ad.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's like, pop ad. I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, so he's paying people now to... This is what the crack is.
I know.
Grand.
Before we get into Jason Derulo's, we need to talk about the TikTok ban.
Oh, fuck yeah! Getting banned in America. I'll be raging.
I'd be raging because there's so many American creators. I'm raging for a couple of different reasons. Like, we all know the reason why this is really being pushed now, particularly now, is a lot to do with the genocide.
Yeah.
And with them trying to censor, because like it's coming out every day. I think it came out last night that McDonald's has lost 9 billion.
Grand.
Since people have started boycotting. And there's loads of different like think pieces, and kind of what I find is, you know, when people are like ratting on themselves and they don't realize that they're ratting on themselves.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was now, but they basically came out and they were like, see, the issue is the young people, they want a ceasefire.
Yeah.
So the overwhelming majority of younger generations,
Of educated people,
want a ceasefire.
Yeah.
And there is more of a majority of older generations, and I was like, that are happy to let rip.
To let rip, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah, I know.
it's mad, isn't it?
I
That's
do
fucking
think,
mad.
and it's so funny because I saw somebody talking about, I'll actually put them as my social star this week on our Patreon. We always give you somebody new, but I mean, if like half of them are fucking American, so like,
I know.
you know, but I absolutely love him. He's a ranter.
Yeah.
He's 39 years old. He looks like he lives in a bunker. Like, no offense to, like, I'm not trying to slag his appearance or anything like that, but when you look at him, but the fucking sense that he talks, it's unbelievable, because apparently 81 members of Congress all agreed on this. Mm-hmm. But they can't agree on gun laws.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is what I mean. I'm like,
on
TikTok's the issue. Yeah.
Women's health. They can't agree on maternity leave. Like, this was, he said, I think the last time that there was, he was like, think about the last time you heard the number 81 when it came to Congress votes. Like, it was something fucking stupid back in the day as well. Yeah. And he was just like, I cannot fucking, he says, I'm after making so much money off this app that I've ever been able to make. Because they're kind of the only country, well, one of the main countries with the Creator Fund.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the Creator Fund, I think, the Creator Fund in the US, it started in the US, still not in bloody Canada. And I know it's a little bit more generous, but also there's more users, there's more like, you know, there's more geolocation stuff. But I just kept thinking, okay, there's so many reasons why this is fucked up.
Well, talk about their fucking amendments. They're literally taking away free speech because they're not happy about the amount of fucking wokeness that's going on with it.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's the reason.
That's what I mean. And it's so like, and I was like, it just, do you know what it is as well? It's like, we all know that the genocide is mainly about money. We all know that most wars is mainly about money.
Yeah.
Right? Power and money. It's the two things that keep everybody doing. But it's such a smack in the face when it's like, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's so obvious.
Yeah.
Because it's like all these reports of all these corporations losing money, and the fact that like they're talking about it in this way. So I'm like, so we are literally being obvious now about how greedy we are in the world. We're literally laying it out there.
Well, I'm gonna
for everybody to see.
Well, I'll talk about Leo in a minute, but I'll disagree with you. I feel like America is a different fucking breed when it comes to this stuff.
I think it's more, I think it's a bigger country, so you hear more about it. It's more popularised, and the media generally circulates around what's going on. Yeah. Because it is.
But but basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to ban TikTok. They're not happy about the amount of like education that's going on in it, but they're trying to dress it up as China is robbing their fucking data.
Yeah, and I think that's a really easy way of getting people up in arms.
Well, the Conservatives anyway, because the
so
people that I've come across, but even the people that I've come across, there's another girl on it called Kate. I love watching her. She has a way with storytelling. She was my social star another week. But she was just like, how about if I want to give my data to the Chinese, just let me. That's my decision.
Yeah.
Stop trying to dress it up as this. Like, she was like, do you know what? I'll make even more money, and then I won't file me taxes, and then you can fine me. That's how you'll get your money. Do you know what I mean? Like, these kind of, it's just the amount of, it's fucking mental, and TikTok won't be the same.
No, and I think as well, what's really sad is like when you look at people that, like, for instance, there's that homeless guy, him and his dog, and they made enough money through the creator fund to actually be able to pay for rent, and he found himself like a little apartment, and like those kind of stories that it gets around and like does wonders for people. Now obviously there's a lot of bad on the app, like it's not all good. And I do see a lot of people being like, well, if you don't like, you know, if you don't like TikTok, don't use TikTok. I'm like, it's not that easy. You know, it's way too black and white there is plenty of reasons why you can be annoyed at the app or upset with things that happen on it, and you know, all that other stuff. But then it's like, it's another form of censorship, lads. It's just going to keep going and going and going. And I think for all those creators that have been able to change their lives, and I know that a lot of people be like, oh, for fuck's sake, they're just doing videos on the internet. That is still, unfortunately, if you feel that way, like, re-educate yourself. I don't know what else to tell you. Unfortunately, that is a way to a means. It is creation, it is content, and it is popular enough for you to be able to make money. Like, you have to make peace with that. If you're not making peace with that, you're just not moving on with the times. Like, you know, you just aren't.
It's like that, well, with TikTok, and it's like that way, you know, that kind of, and I used to be in the same mindset as well. It's like, fucking influencers, is that a real job? Bank of Ireland think it's a real job. They're giving out mortgages based off people's earnings of doing online stuff. So, I don't know what else to tell you, like. Yeah. If it's steady enough for a bank to give you a mortgage in post-recession, like when they got strict, then, I mean... But what else can I tell you? Like, do you know what I mean? So it's a new way of living. It's just fucking modern day life, and you just kind of have to
move on with the times. You just have to move on with the times. There's
exactly
no other reason. Just get with it. For those people that TikTok creator fund like changed their lives. Like, if you even look for something like Keith Lee, right? So Keith Lee is a American food, like, not a critic, a food blogger, would you say, or a food vlogger? He's a foodie and
food talker.
Yeah, he's from Vegas, and he started there just kind of getting takeaways and reviewing the takeaways, and he does everything in points. So he's like, that's an 8.2 or that's like a 6.4. So I think that was like one of the big like sells of him. Also, he's very Christian. God is amazing is his tagline. He's very kind of like, I don't know. He ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. Now, if you watch Keith Lee, you can feel the like niceness radiate from him. Yeah. Like, he's a little sweetheart, and this is somebody who obviously has never met him, but like you get him and you want to follow him and you want to see him do well because it's just cute. Yeah. And he'd just be crying and all because he's so grateful. Gorge. But he has changed the lives of many businesses. So what he's done now, like what he was doing before in Vegas, is he was trying to find...
he goes to the food trucks.
So he was like trying to find places like that were really recommended by his followers. And they were like, you know, but these are banging, but they're not doing well because, you know, and he always says, is it due to the food? Is it due to marketing? Or is it due to their customer service? That's kind of how he benchmarks everything, right? So that's kind of how it started. Floating around Vegas, doing his thing. Then it kind of got bigger, and now he's doing a food tour of like every state in America. Well, trying to get every state in America. So like, he's trying to get his following to recommend places, but also businesses can reach out to him. Yeah. So there's been a lot of people being like, look, I'm on like the bread line. Like, I'm about to close. I've like, fuck all. Like, I need something to just let people know. Like, I'm trying on TikTok. Nothing's working. And it's happened plenty of times where he has... Like, and you can see like the minute that they see him, because what he'll do is he'll order and he'll either change his name, change his voice, get his wife to order. You know, he doesn't be like, hi, it's Keith Lee, or they'll be like, you know, make the best food of your life.
He wants a normal experience.
He wants a really normal experience. Now there's been loads of pushback. Like, it's a lot. Like, people are never happy. No. There's been tons of pushback, but he has changed the lives of so many.
Oh no, I saw he got a burger one day, and then the next day he was called back to the restaurant because the queue was around the corner.
And that happens all the time. It's called the Keith Lee effect. And it is insane. And they'll send videos, and you can see like their following go from like 200 followers to like 100,000 followers on TikTok. So it's like, no matter what, even if it's just like the Keith Lee effect for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, you're after upping their social engagement, which is obviously going to get their food out to more people. Yeah. And the one that I think went like the most viral one was Frankenstein's pizza, I think it was. Anyway, look up Keith Lee Frankenstein's pizza, I think it was called. Something I remember just being like, what a dumb name.
Yeah.
And like the logo was like awful.
Yeah.
He was like, cool.
Yeah.
But the food was amazing. He was like, wow. And they were about to go out of business. Like they were like, the end of the month, like if we can't make, we're not looking like we're going to be able to make rent. And if we can't make rent, that's it for us.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the employees, one of the younger employees. And it was like, I work for this family. The food is so good, but like nobody comes here. And that's when, and they have like, now they're booming, packed.
Yeah.
Food is amazing, apparently. Like, all good things, all positive
They'll
things.
probably improve the logo as well now.
Yeah, I'm hoping. They might have kept it the same way, just for, people recognising them. But those are kind of things that do change people's, like, it changes people's lives, it changes businesses. Like, there's so many Irish businesses that have, like, completely, like, they've been able to change the way that they do business because they've had, like, viral moments on TikTok. And I think taking away that American audience will be detrimental to a lot of places, because that's been able to, like, if you look at someone like P. Louise, for instance, she and like Mitchell, Mitchell.
Yeah.
So like the two of them, they're kind of similar businesses, both kind of from the same area, from Manchester, both kind of like put a lot into their businesses, but kind of hit a plateau. So they were like very much like 2016 to 2018, 2019, like things were kind of going, for P. Louise in particular. Mitchell was a little bit later. I think he started in like 2019, 2020. So obviously the pandemic and all that other kind of stuff. But he's gone on loads of podcasts to be like, I had this initial boom and then everything fell off for me. Like everything fell off. He was like, I was down to like, I think he was like, we were getting like 20 visits a day on my website, which is nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And then TikTok Shop.
Right.
And it completely reinvented his business. And it's the same for P. Louise. They've made more money. Like, I know Be Perfect as well have had incredible success on TikTok Shop. Like, now, they're all UK companies, but I know P. Louise in particular, because of the availability on TikTok Shop now, and people like Michaela Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Pat!
Kim Kardashian, her. Because of people like that, American creators shouting them out. But even if you think about it, Michaela's whole thing came from
TikTok.
Now, obviously, she's a massive following on Instagram now.
Yeah.
But like,
what do you think is going to happen after this? Are they all going to go back to Instagram? Are they?
I don't know, because like a lot, like Instagram are fucking licking their lips and swishing their hips now.
Absolutely.
Because can you imagine? They're like, oh yeah, they'll just take everything that made TikTok and make it an Instagram thing, and like, So I'd say Zuckerberg right now is doing backflips, headbutting walls, loving life here. Probably paid them off.
He's so low energy. I'd say he's just going.
True. That is so true.
I'm so happy right now.
It's great for business.
I can't. I'm really happy now.
Yeah.
That. Or do you think, like, do you think the TikTok owners are like, fuck off, we don't care? Or do you think they'll get an American investor to try and give it one last swoop?
Well, they've been given the ultimatum, haven't they? It's like that it's going to get banned unless the is it they're like specific Chinese investors sell their shares?
Right.
Yeah. So that's the ultimatum. It's like it's going to get banned unless the Chinese part of it sells.
Fuck's sake.
And obviously, America's not the only fucking people in the world using TikTok. So if I was them, I'd be like, why would I sell this just to make you guys happy?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Well, because it is such like most of my For You page is American creators.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But I also think it's another thing, like when, and I mean, it's not going to fucking stop them if I'm not like doubles down on the conspiracy that they're trying to silence everything, and it's trying to, because like the word communist has been fucking thrown around left, right and centre with this, but because like they'd just ban all social media if that was the case, like fucking North Korea. But it's also the amount of videos that I've seen from American people who have moved to different European countries, and they're comparing like maternity leave, healthcare, all of those sorts of things, and like the amount of them that get stitched as well. Yeah, it's like, when people go on and they give the bill from the hospital when they went in to have a baby, and it's like fucking 600 grand.
Yeah.
And then you'll have like somebody stitch it and
ibuprofen, $900.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, right.
Yeah, 2 tablets, a suppository, $1 million. Like it's the people who stitch that after, and they literally they cut them off like mid-sentence when they're saying the suppository was $1 million, and they'll just go, America, are you okay?
No,
like
I know.
It's literally a piss take.
And I see it constantly. Like I saw someone the other day again. I don't know if it was TikTok or if it was X.
Yeah.
Don't know why I was on it.
I don't really go near.
I think it was like, I think I had clicked into, somebody had put up like a link to something, so I like clicked into it. I don't think I went there off my free will, but I don't think anybody has gone on their free will since it changed to
I
X.
still have the fucking app. Like.
I know. Honestly, I was like, just delete this.
Also, by the way, did you ever
Threads?
No, we'll talk about that. Yeah. But X, the logo on your phone, it looks like there's a crack in your screen. For ages, I thought there was a fucking crack in my screen.
It's a shit logo.
Shit logo.
It's a shit logo.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I saw someone talking about how they went. It was like this girl, and she was talking about like, what's your biggest like mistake or disaster that has cost you so much money in the American healthcare system, and it didn't need to, kind of thing. And it was like people being like, my insurance I didn't realize was expired by one day, and I got a bill for 35 grand, and you know, all this kind of stuff. And like one guy was saying that he went and he got a eye exam, and when he went to the doctor's, the doctor had said, we're going to have to bring you to my other practice because I have a better machine there.
Okay.
And then he got hit with a bill, and he would like called and he was like, no, my insurance covers this. And they were like, no, we covered the first practice, not the second one.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I was like, imagine. I would riot. There would be riots outside.
How much is...
I can't cope with a fucking e-flow bill. Can you imagine?
I know.
You got like...
It's the privatisation of it.
20 grand bill in.
How much is health insurance generally
in America?
Yeah, you know the way that like if you were to get health insurance here, it might cost you...
Oh, it's expensive. Well, it's expensive enough over here. I've health insurance. It's fucking saucy.
No, I get that, but is it the same over there, or is it like...
It's so...
Like, is it, the insurance companies are not forking out 35 grand for...
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're not charging the insurance company. So why is it like that?
Yeah. So like it's weird because there's like Obamacare is the affordable care, is like they're the same thing, right? But
Obamacare, is that a health insurance company?
Obamacare is like it was set up when he was president.
Yeah.
And it's basically like not like a VHI, but it's like an affordable care plan.
Right.
So it's not private, but it's not public. It's weird. I don't understand any of their shit over there. I don't get it. Anyway, I think it depends on how much money you earn and all that other shit.
Right.
I think it really depends. And your company, like that's one of the biggest things. Like if you're going for a job, one of the biggest things is the healthcare plan that they offer. Like of your package. So like when you're making a decision about a job, it's like, well, what's their healthcare package? Because obviously you're gonna fucking need it.
Oh my God.
But that I'm the same as well. I hardly think fucking Lego is going and paying $100,000 for Mary to have her baby.
No, definitely not.
But then who knows? Who knows? Is it to do with like the company's profits? I don't know. All of it gives me the creeps. All of it gives me the creeps.
But every single private health insurance company on this planet gives me the creeps.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because I'm not okay with it. Like, why? If somebody could like explain, because like when you see, especially when you're watching a British channel and like every ad is for health insurance of some sort, but they have these like incentives and stuff, like you can get, like even my insurance company, like you can get like a diesel card to get like money off every time you get diesel. It's all these incentives, and I'm just a little bit like, for something so essential, I don't feel like this should be competitive. I don't think there should be so many fucking options for people to make money off of this stuff that you fucking need. Like if you're pulled over on the side of a road.
Yeah. But like it's there's so much ways of like in the US as well, they have like these 401ks, they've ways of like investing your pension, they've ways of like, there's loads of different ways of like making money, particularly like points on credit cards, all that other stuff. So they always have this like couponing way of life too, you know? It's very, but obviously it's such a massive, huge, like it's shit over here. There's not a ton, obviously there is stuff that you can invest your pension, of course, but there's not as much kind of, I suppose, benefits and all that other kind of stuff you can, because the country's too small. So there's a lot of that going on. So
we have prize bonds. Yay.
Yes, like
yeah.
But
do you know anybody who's ever won a prize bond?
No. Do you?
No. I didn't even know what they were until last month. Because somebody put up on Maz on a rant.
Where only place for news.
Only place for news. No, but somebody was like, I want to save, but like, what's the best way?
Oh, yeah.
So I looked at it, and the amount of people that said prize bonds. So you basically, it's state savings. So you save with the government through the post office. You buy this prize bond, which could be like 25 quid. Or is it like, it's a certain amount. You can get like 4 prize bonds for whatever amount of money, but they're all assigned with a number. And they do like draws. So if that number's called out, then you will get a letter in the post telling you that you've won this. But you could win up to like 500 grand.
Wow.
But I'm just like, who's won this? It's like the cash machine call. I'm like, I don't know anybody who's ever won that. I don't know anybody who's ever won the lotto. I'm a little bit sketchy when these things come around. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know?
Yeah, you get a bit.
But the insurance thing now, I'm just like, if I get pulled over on the side of the road and I don't have insurance, I'm getting the car taken off me. However, I have to pay a private company for this. Like, why isn't it a state-run thing?
What?
Insurance.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I mean...
It's the same with the bins, privatised.
The
tolls, privatised. Like,
oh, I know. The toll one sends me west now. The toll one actually drives me insane.
Private parking companies. Like, name something's a scam, like, that you think is a scam, but isn't.
Apcoa.
Fuck off,
Yeah.
Why is a private company, and I'm sure that the hospital get a cut, but why is a private company charging me to fucking
the fact that they have parking meters in the hospital, I've said this plenty of times before, it sits so badly with me. When my aunt was dying in Connolly, we didn't know when she was going to go. I had to keep running out and putting money into my car, my dad's car, my aunt's car, everybody's cars. So, and I actually ended up missing her last breaths, but but thank God it wasn't Ray. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that's the. Can you imagine if you have a sick kid? You have a kid in there, or like, can you imagine Bobby? Or like, do you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine that? Or you're high alert, like trying to get anyone, like say if you fucking bled out, or like you cut your hand or something horrific, and you're like in a panic with like a young child or anyone, to be honest.
I could fucking stress out when I'm in the waiting room of outpatients for me thyroid,
and you have to boot them into an emergency room, and then try and find parking, and then make sure that you have the right coins or the fucking parking app is working, so you don't get clamped at a hospital. That is so fucking wrong.
I know.
That is so
wrong.
Well,
Carla, I'm gonna give you the voice of the parking company. You can pay €20 and you'll get a full week, right? So you, Ray, Amy, your ma, your auntie, your nana, and Pippin should have all paid €20 to be there for your auntie, right? That's what they fucking... That's
not back then.
This is what they fucking...
No, but not back then. I'm pretty sure back then that wouldn't have been a thing.
No, I think you can pay 20 quid to have the week, but I'm also like, why should 6 people... Because like...
I swear that it wasn't a thing. Sorry, I swear that it wasn't a thing because she was in a hospital for a long time. Right. So like... You know, Ray, he would have figured that. He would have sussed that out. He would have sussed that out. Now, again, this was, 13 years ago? So,
yeah.
Fair enough.
It's fucking bonkers. And it's like, where... I must actually ask, because one of my friends worked for ACPOA I just saw him driving the van around in Connolly before. And, like, I used to work in Connolly. I should have fucking asked him. But I would love to know where he stands when he goes to clamp somebody, and then he obviously has to come and unclamp them. Yeah. And they're telling him... It's a
mortifying job, isn't it? Like, it's hard. And I know they're just doing their job, but, like, imagine just pulling back up high, just here to take the clamp.
Just here to take the clamp back.
Like, they're never going to be not fuming with you, do you know?
They're never but that's the thing. They're never not going to be fuming with you, but, like, imagine him turning around saying, yeah, sorry, I was just witnessing me ma passing away. Could you take the clamp off, please? Like, how do they not puke all over the van when that, like, you know, you would need a thick skin to do that job, like.
But also imagine in a club and you meet this guy and you're chatting away and you're like, what do you do for work?
I'm a
clamper.
Ick. Hang on a sec, wait, I have it.
Yeah, wait for it. This would be the response. I think this is the response.
No.
No. There you go.
That's the little crickets. I thought there was a wow wow. Was there not wow wow?
I think there is a womp 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 pot. There you go.
There you go now. Exactly.
With all due respect, sir, womp womp.
You and your mate are trying to shift me. You're trying to pull me. What are you? I'm a what's called an undertaker. All right.
No.
What are you? I'm a clamper. I'm going with the Undertaker.
Oh, you live in the morgue? I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely. You live above it? Sure.
Yeah,
You see people in your house at all times? Yeah. Of course we're going. You have visions every night? Yeah, let's go.
It's fine.
We're going to yours, actually. Yeah. So I'm not going out with the fucking clapper. I can tell you that for fucking free.
Another thing I will say, just while we're talking about the TikTok ban and all this fucking shit with America, when I pulled up to your house, the news was on, and Leo Varadkar was thanking America.
Oh, cool.
He was thanking
the America.
I'm not a violent person, but
I
actually wanted to put my foot through that fucking radio. He was thanking the Americans for not only it was about the Irish and like the way that our future is much better than our grandparents because of America. When there's fucking 9,000 people emigrating to Australia every month.
Right, yeah.
So we're thankful to America for that.
Well, is he thanking them for like letting us emigrate back in the day? Because they certainly don't let us emigrate now.
Like,
what are you
why
thanking?
didn't he
Are you
boycott?
thanking them for being complicit in a genocide? What are we thanking them for right now? What are we thanking them for on St. Patrick's weekend?
Oh, sure, of course. He fucking couldn't wait to get on the flight. I'd say he was fucking dancing around the house all week and go to America. Paddy's Day.
How come they go to America for Paddy's Day? Anyway, look, I know there's plenty. I know I know the answer for this. I'm just in my head. I'm like trying to find it again, but I do find it's gas. It's like we'll leave Ireland and we'll go there.
I know.
It's probably something to do with the immigrant. Anyway, whatever. We're not going to get into it. I don't want to hear. I don't say this is why. I'll figure it out. I'll Google it. I'll ask my father. He'll know.
He'll know.
He'll know. Like, he'll know all about it.
Ray from the Bronx.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so, sorry, just to finish up the TikTok conversation, the Chinese ownership part is called ByteDance.
Right.
So they are the people that they're like, so they're, the official quote unquote reason is security concerns over ByteDance. Holding people's data.
And data.
Yeah. Okay. Holding people's data. Okay. So they're saying now everyone's like, there's not a ban. The ban hasn't happened yet. I'm like, they're gearing up for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that. Like, you can't be thick enough to try and pretend that they're not gearing up for this. And unfortunately they can't. Now there's a lot of people being like, I'll just get a VPN. That's grand. But again, that's more complicated. Who wants to be trying to run a VPN?
Yeah.
And then like, are they going to start finding people? Like, what are they going to do?
No, well, that's it. You'd probably get in a lot of trouble for it. Like,
yeah, so I don't know.
Do you know, there is going to be.
I'm sure a VPN to watch it, but to like create.
Yeah, that'd be a bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I don't think the Americans, like, I saw American women on International Women's Day calling it National Women's Day. I was like, of course you are, American girl.
American girl.
Of course you are. Of course you think it's just your fucking country. Like,
it's National American.
It's National Women's
National American
Day.
Women's Day.
It's National Women. I was like, no.
Go to Patu.
It's literally International Women. It's not. See you fucking Americans.
Jen there in the walk. Driving over.
For fuck's sake, here we fucking go again. Another thing about. But I think if American creators can't create on America, like in America on TikTok people in America are not going to want to watch. Unless if they have a very fucking big interest in German creators.
Back to Reels, is it?
Oh, that's
onto YouTube Shorts, is it?
But it's just going to amplify the same stuff on another
shit on a different
app.
platform. I'm like, it's not going anywhere.
Or another.
Unless Zucky is like giving them a little handshake. I don't know.
Zucky's going to start a new, we'll call it TikTok.
Like
TikTok.
I've created it. Although I saw a really interesting TikTok of someone saying, notice how much he has changed the way that he does videos since. Do you remember the one that went viral over the fucking metaverse? Oh my God. And he is honestly like a robot in it. Like he's like lately, obviously he's gotten like proper like
social trained
some kind of, I can't remember what they called it. It's like, it's not media trained because not that.
Yeah.
It's like, but he's like, they've taught him how to talk with his hands. They've taught him how to make gestures. They've like dressed him differently, changed his posture, made his posture more like relaxed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is mad. You've had to program your robot to do other things. This is insane.
Yeah. I know.
I just thought, and again, another TikTok from an American.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And the amount of things people have learned on TikTok in the last couple
I
of
know,
years.
sure.
Like
I learned, like, only the other day I got a little mixture for, you know, when, do you ever take your clothes out of the press? It's so fucking annoying. I cannot figure it out, right? So this poxy apartment has built-in wardrobes. And one press smells like mildew, but I cannot find the fucking mildew, right? I've tried everything to find the fucking mildew. So if you put anything into that press, it smells like mildew, okay? And sometimes I have no other space and I'm like, oh, into the fucking mildew press for the time being.
Yeah.
But you can get the little spray. You can make your own spray.
Yeah.
It's 100 mils of alcohol, 100 mils of white wine vinegar, and then I can't remember how many mils of water, baking soda, and then some detergent.
Yeah.
And your clothes smell fresh again.
Nice.
Deadly.
Bring me in there after this. I'll find that mildew.
Will you?
Oh, yeah.
Will you?
I have a nose.
I cannot,
like
no,
fucking...
Jen, I cannot fucking find it. It's so weird. We've undone, and it's like, just one singular press. And I'm like, where the fuck are you? Because I cannot, it's a rental, so I can't fucking do anything. It's not as if I can rip it down. And it's all a built-in wardrobe block.
Oh, then it's probably in
know?
behind it, yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's obviously like, I'm like, you motherfucker, and I can't do anything to it. But we don't have enough storage in this place. So I'm like, I have to use it. Now I've tried to use it for like electronics and stuff where I'm like, I don't really care. But every so often I'm like, right, I've ran out of space. I'm going to have to put that, like, I'll put it into like packing cubes and put it there because I'm like, maybe that'll protect it. But it's still just not 100% crisp.
Right.
So I found this little spray that I've made my own little spray now. And I'm like, oh, that's great now. Because there's nothing more fucking infuriating than being like, that's a fresh load of washing.
I know, yeah.
Nowhere to put you other than the mildew press.
I'll try and help you out, don't worry.
Thanks, pal.
I got you, girl.
You got my back.
You, girl.
Jason Derulo's.
Jason Derulo.
Guys.
We started the night out. Carla met me daughter.
Yeah, I did. I met Fia. She's so small.
She's
so small. She's like a Polly Pocket.
She is.
I held her. She screamed.
Squinchy winchy.
She screamed. She hated me.
No, she didn't. She was only awake. She wanted her boppy. She's a hungry gal.
Well, she's a tiny gal for such a hungry gal.
Oh no, she's come on leaps and bounds. She was half that size.
Oh wow.
When she was born, she was.
I'd say she was. She came out the sunroof though, didn't she?
She did, and
I was about to say that would have been like a 3-second labour.
She actually would have slipped out. Wouldn't have minded taking a bit of castor oil there and just.
Off she goes.
She would have been like a blood clot the size of
Honestly, she's tiny.
Chinchy.
But yeah, so I got to meet Fia and her long feet and tiny little body.
Yeah.
So fucking cute. Bob Array was there, being Bob's fuming.
Very grumpy. His little friend wants to go home. He was coursing too much. I was upstairs just like hairspraying the hair and stuff before you came, and I was walking out and I just, you know, the obligatory Bobby stop coursing, and then she came down the stairs as you came in. She was like, I'd like to go home now, and I knew it was from the coursing. Really? Yeah, no, she wouldn't be comfortable, and I'm telling them all the time, I'm like, your friends don't like that. I let them course in the car. I was doing this well before any of that fucking trend came in. You know, with people bringing their kids into the bathroom, they're like, you can course in here, and then they leave the phone recording. I'm like, for months now, Bobby's been allowed to course in the car because he sings Eminem. So you can sing along with that. And I'm like, the only place you're allowed to course, you get it all out of your system. So he'd be in the back of the car going, fucking bitch, fucking bollocks, fucking arsehole, and I can't say a thing. That's his thing. But then when he starts doing it outside, that's when I'm just like, you little cheeky fucker.
Yeah.
You cheeky fuck. Now, I of course, like a sailor, I am to blame. I know I'm to blame. So look.
So that's why he was feeling interested.
Yeah, exactly. He was filming because she wants to go home.
Well,
and like trying to, you know,
she's a lady.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
Well, it's her world, and we're all just living in it. But she knows what she wants, and you have to. With little boys, I think especially, I'm so conscious of when she wants to leave. I'm like, get her out. Like, do not make her feel like she has to stay here. Don't make her feel bad for wanting to. I'm all about like the consent to things and stuff like that. Especially with a little one, I'm trying to start it as early as I can and stuff like that.
Boundaries with kids, and you're like, she's expressed a boundary, let her go.
But I remember as a kid, my next door neighbours, they had a nephew, and he I was in playing with him one day, and I tried to go home, and he kept he closed the door.
Oh no.
And he
And the
he
panic
stood
of a child,
against
like
it,
the
like
panic
oh
of
my
a
god,
child.
I'm fucking traumatized from it.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
No.
no. Like, if somebody wants to go, you have to let them know that it's okay. If they want to leave immediately, if they don't want to even put their shoes on, they can scarp her.
Yeah.
Let them go. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
it's all sorted out for them.
don't captivate people. Like don't put them in captivity. That's number one rule. Don't be kidnapping. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
But anyway, sorry, Jason Derulo, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we went to, so I saw Bob, saw the gaff, saw the whole thing, and it was an experience. And then we went off to Jason Derulo. Jen was drinking, I was not.
Jen was mouldy.
Jen was fucking
I can
mouldy.
only apologise. Now, I did say on the stories that you'd be rating me as a drunk. Now, I will say,
Jen, you had
I went straight for the wine on an
Jen,
empty
you had
stomach.
8 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
You had a full sippy cup of wine.
A full sippy cup.
Then you got a double wine.
I did.
Then
And
you
then I got one. So
then
it
you
was
got-
3 little bottles of wine in the Tree Arena.
Yeah, but that, like, 3 bottles of wine is more than a glass. Do you get me? A little bottle of wine is like a full thing. And a sippy cup, a full sippy cup of
No,
wine.
well, that was half a bottle. I measured that.
Okay. Anyway, it was a lot of wine.
It was just over a full bottle of wine, I would say,
Yeah.
to myself on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Out of 10. I had a ball, but out of 10.
I mean, look, there's a couple of other things that factor. I'm not great in crowds. I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate the Three Arena as a venue. It gives
do.
me anxiety. I hate the place with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to get in and out of. For some reason, the fucking toll was closed.
Oh, on
The
the
toll
way
road
home.
was closed. And Google now we know that Google's obviously getting a cut of the tolls because it tried to resend me through a closed road 3 times. I was like, why are you not fucking getting? So look, there was a couple of factors at play. You were fucking grand. You weren't offensive. You were just annoying, as everybody
Yeah.
is when you're sober and somebody's
Grand.
lamped. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's regular annoyance. Like you weren't like trying to headbutt walls and fight people.
Ah, no, I
Do you know?
wasn't. And to be fair, I still had my wits about me, as in the 2 girls on the other side of us wanted me to go into Temple Bar, and I had the thing to say, no.
Yeah, Jen was making mates. I was literally like, nobody look at me.
Oh, so I met a girl outside when he was doing that. We'll get into his performance now in a minute, but when he was doing that 10-minute,
Oh my God, Savage Love remix.
yeah, and he, there was a girl outside, and she was just like, Jen, I follow the podcast, and I follow you on it. You know, and so I made it.
Me there
met
sprinting
a
to the
follower.
car. Me,
Loved it.
Jen was looking for a lighter. I was sprinting to the car. It was also lashing rain.
Oh
Just
no, this
look.
was, you were watching him doing that thing. I was out there just bombing it around on my own.
Oh, you're having a cigarette. Okay.
Yeah. I was having, yourself.
You know myself.
Yeah, I was having a drink, you know.
I was in. Yeah, I was like, well, don't worry. You came back and he was still going.
Oh no, I didn't miss that.
No, you didn't. Literally.
I came in, you were like, Jen, he's been doing this for 10 minutes. I was like, I know, I could hear him.
Yeah.
I'm fucking glad I was outside.
I think there's some. This is what we were talking about kind of in the car, but you were kind of lamped, so I don't know if you remember. Okay, so Jason Derulo, right? As a whole, we've done a whole podcast episode on him. If you're not on our Patreon, you really are only getting half the story. It's a banger episode.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the thing that set off, and it was the thing that we said, well, if he ever comes to Dublin, fine, we'll go and see him so we can. Hence we did it. We did it. We smashed it 5 years later. We did it. He is like a parody of himself.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that, yeah.
It's like he cannot be serious.
But he
But
fully
he
is.
is.
Fully is.
So it's like, how do you...
It's very strange. I don't want us to sound like we're mean in that we went to see him to take the piss out of him.
He's bangers. At the end of the day, he's bangers. I was grooving. I was up. I was moving. The whole thing was happening.
Every song that came on, we were just like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
Like fucking.
The set list was incredible.
Loved it.
And Cheyenne did happen.
Yeah.
And I was
don't
told it wasn't
know
going to
that
happen.
song.
Excuse me.
I
That
don't
is his
know that
best
song.
work.
Yeah, I know. You put that up on Instagram. I don't know that song.
It is incredible. It is a banger.
I'm raging he didn't play my favourite.
No, yeah, I know, but I think that one's just a bit too fucking...
I mean,
Undercover.
is Dancer... Since when is fucking It Girl a sexy song? He would have
That
smashed Slow Low. He would have smashed it if that came on.
I know, but okay, so anyway, he's trying to promote his new album, New King.
Yeah.
Which is N-U King.
N-U.
N-U
Isn't it
King.
a song called King?
New King. Oh, yeah. I thought it was, oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's Tyga's. Maybe his is called King too. I thought it was like Jason Derulo Jr. or something.
Let me do a bit of research while you're talking away there.
Anyway, so like first of all, the stage setup was so fucking weird. Now me and Jen were definitely the oldest people there that didn't have children with them.
Yeah,
100%. By all means, that was fine. It was pretty packed considering. Like I'm shocked that it was nearly sold out. I'd say like 1,000 tickets left, maybe. You know, just
1,000?
dotted. Yeah, with the seats. Like there was a good few. Like there was dottings of seats, places.
There was 2 empty seats in front of us. I was like, can we not just go down to them?
No, because then do you remember that random crew of people came? I think it was theirs. I think they were just late. There was a full.
Oh, okay, grand.
Do you remember they were standing in your way at one point?
He's 34.
I know.
He's 2 years younger than me.
I know. Do you remember we had this conversation in the car?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I obviously don't remember that part.
So I was like, what age is he? And you were like, guess. And I said 35. And you went, nope.
Okay.
And I said 38. And you said, and you kept making me go. I was like, okay. He's in his 30s though.
Classic Jen.
Yeah. Actually, I was like, okay, so what age? And you were like 34. I was like, so I wasn't really far off now, was I? It wasn't as if I said 35 and you were like, wrong. He's 42. Do you know? Like, I was like, okay, so what's in a year?
I'm gassed.
Yeah, you're brilliant. Yeah, that was a good one, Jen.
I just remember taking a fucking video of myself singing "Fly on the Wings of Love," and I looked like Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, you did actually. That was quite funny.
Image of her.
I know. I'm surprised that you're able to put that together. I was like, you are the image of her.
I'm the fucking image of Jennifer Coolidge, and I have not one bit of filler or Botox in my face. So how do I look like her now?
Yeah, true.
I don't understand it.
Very true. So anyway, he's promoting his new King album, which is so fucking gas to me because who creates a song called New King and you're like singing as a deity singing to you, Jason, to tell you that you're a new king. Do you know what I mean?
His son's name is Jason King.
Oh, I knew it. I knew there was Jason in there somewhere. He wasn't going to let that one go.
I mean, he fucking does it like every 2 milliseconds.
And that's
his own name.
That's what I mean. It's like, when you're watching, I know that All Stars, it's like proven that most stars, most successful people, most Hollywood people, most famous people have like a higher level of narcissism than the regular person.
And that is a catchphrase. I think you're golden, like fucking DJ Khaled. Another one.
But there's a very small group of people who believe they're hype as much as him. Like who else? Like comparative. Who else believes their own hype as much as Jason Derulo does? Possibly Nicki Minaj, just not as cringy. But she would be another one that would come to mind.
Yeah.
Like, but she's nowhere near as. She's pretty obvious, but like he is like, can you believe it? I'm here in front of you. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe it? I am here in front of you guys, about to dance. Okay. Now, what I will say is, he is so talented.
Oh, he's a fucking absolute showman.
Like, an incredible singer.
Yeah.
An unbelievable dancer.
Yeah.
Like he must have been dancing coming out the womb.
Oh,
because he is as good as any of his hired dancers, and the quality of his hired dancers is through the roof, which I appreciate, because the only other person that I've seen that can dance as good as their dancers, like full on, flat out, as good as their dancers, is Beyonce. Usher. Sorry. Even so.
Well, back in the day.
Yeah. But even Jason just seems a bit more.
He's 34. He's only a young one.
No, but even from back in the day, it's very, like, it's high energy, it's constant. There's no stopping whatsoever.
There was no interval.
The fucker didn't stop. His dancers went and had intervals. He didn't.
Yeah.
He stayed on. And then when he had very small intervals, and when he did come back, he hadn't even changed his clothes.
No.
So I was like, what were you doing?
Having a sip of water.
Having a sip of water and a wee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got big backlash the day before. I think it was Manchester maybe he was in.
Right.
Because he asked, could he pop off to go to the bathroom? He's like, I actually really need to go to the bathroom. And the crowd all booed him. I was like, come on to fuck. Like,
the Brits.
I know. That's what I thought. I was like, losers. But yeah, so those things, okay. So like, as I said, he's so immaculately talented. Like, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
As far as a person who was born to do this, he was certainly that. Doesn't change the fact that he is unbearably cringe, and that he's never going to be a top tier pop star.
No, he's
just not going to be, which is sad. But it's also a lot to do with his music choice and with there's so many factors to that.
Latching on to trends. How many times did he mention TikTok?
So 5. I took it down.
Okay.
So one of the first references is when he was doing Wiggle Wiggle.
Yeah.
And you know when it's like, I can make you famous on Instagram.
Yeah.
He changed that. I can make you famous on TikTok. Doesn't really have the same ring.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't really, which made sure to say it. And he almost like looked at the crowd as if like, oh yeah,
I did that.
I can.
I'm on TikTok. How many followers has he got on TikTok?
Now, please remember, he is the person, and we spoke about this in our Jason Derulo episode. He has come out, actively said that he made TikTok popular.
Yeah.
Okay? So he made, and he has said often that he made TikTok what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Which
Just going to leave you with that.
The fucker has never come up on my For You page once.
Once, not a one. And I understand that he was doing a load of the fucking dances, but again, you are a pop star. So of course, people are going to like follow you first.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. So like, and he was doing all of the because again, he does the dances and he was locked up in his mansion during COVID. So he was doing the bits.
Yeah.
He is of course a popular person on TikTok, but he is not the reason why TikTok is famous.
No, he's definitely not. He's 58.5 million followers on TikTok and he follows 25 people.
Look up how many followers Addison Rae has. Or Charlie D'Amelio. One of the two of them are the most followed person on TikTok. Or is it Bella Porch? Anyway.
Addison
So
Rae.
I just don't really believe that Jason...
She's another one that doesn't come up on me.
No, she's never came up for me before in my life. Neither is Charlie D'Amelio. I think TikTok knew though.
She has 88.6 million, so 30 million more than him.
Okay. Check Charlie D'Amelio though.
Okay.
There. And I think, I'm pretty sure Charlie D'Amelio has more than Addison.
Charlie D'Amelio has 152 million.
Yeah.
So almost 100 million more than Jason.
Okay. And check Bella Porch. I think she might be...
Right.
It's Poe Orch, you know that kind of way.
Poe Arch.
Yeah.
Right. And then she has... No, she's 93 million. So Charlie is...
So Charlie is the most followed. I'm pretty sure she's the most followed person on TikTok.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave that there, right?
Right.
Going to leave that whole TikTok conversation and how Jason thought that he made it popular.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that one.
Great.
He had... Okay, so this is another thing. So as I said, Beyonce is like Beyonce again. She was fucking born to do it. Okay, there's a couple of people in the world that were just absolutely born to do it, and she was one of them. So Beyonce made Les Twins famous. I would say she made them more platformed and would make them a little bit more famous. So
these are two dancers that
Les Twins are a French dancing duo. By the names, you might understand that they are twins. They're identical twins. And she brought them on, I think it was the Formation tour.
Right.
So that would have been 2016.
Yeah.
Here's Jason rocking up with them 2024.
8 years later.
8 years later. Now again,
they need a job.
They need a job. They need to work. And she's not on tour at the moment. So obviously, but it's so kind of like, again, he was like, at the end, he gave them a shout out and he was like, the best dancers in the world, like twins, blah, blah, blah. And he was, again, like as if like, I did that. No, babe, Beyonce did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I know.
You're making them rub your sweat.
They're doing...
And pat your head.
Him a solid.
Yeah. They're doing... That's what I mean. I was like, no, they've elevated you. You have not elevated them.
Yeah.
Anyway, wild. Other than Les Twin, he had a harem of women. Fucking believable.
Jesus Christ.
Women.
I'd have brought one of them home. I really would have. Just said dance for me. There.
But they were so fucking good. Like they were so good.
Yeah.
But none of the outfit choices made sense. Not one of them made sense. Not a single one, right? So the outfits they started off with are like latex dominatrix kind of bodysuits.
Bondage, yeah.
Bondage bodysuits, like thong bodysuits with high boots. Okay, so like think about his songs and where that would make sense. Because all of his songs, even the ones like Wiggle and all that stuff, like a sexy outfit, like a coloured out, like why black, like leather latex? Do you know what I mean? It's like not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if Beyonce, or not Beyonce, if Rihanna was doing like Disturbia, you could understand
Yes.
latex. You know, it's like not the vibe.
No.
I'm like, this is mad.
Like,
This is mad.
I feel like if they were wearing, you know, them cheerleader skirts
Yeah.
Or hot pants.
But do you remember they came out in the red gear? I'm like, why didn't they just wear the red gear most of the time?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was mad. They like came out in like red cheerleader skirts and little kind of crop tops and kind of, they had little crop jackets. Because at one point he did the fucking Meghan Trainor song. Oh. And they were still in their latex gear at this point. And they just popped on those like, you know, Letterman jackets on top. I was like, oh yeah, I can see your thong. And your Letterman jacket.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so, I was like, this doesn't, like, none of this looks good.
No.
None of this matches. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, the costume designer, electric chair.
Well, I was just like, this is, for something that was obviously planned out.
Yeah.
And like tried to be planned out quite intensely. I was just like, this is fucking mad. Then he had It Girl, which is like a sweet song. It's like a sweet, cute song. It's a love song. And it's not a horny song by any means. And he had one of the dancers come out with a whip and a chair, sat him on the chair, whipped him a bit, and like did essentially
a lap dance, but it was of the effect of Magic Mike, like
yeah
to It Girl,
like, It Girl.
It's not
like a 2008 pop song, like pop song,
and then like. She just awkwardly at the end of it, he just walks off, and then she has to like pick up the whip and
she
the chair.
She picked up the whip and the chair and bring it out. And that was another thing. All the dancers had to like deal with the props. It was hilarious. Yeah. And they just all kept picking up. At one point, Les Twins were carrying a couch. Like, I was like, why are they carrying the couch? Surely there's someone else to do this.
I don't. It's very funny. Like, just now, I will say. It was a spectacle. Like, I didn't want to miss Atten, and I couldn't really see as much as I'd like to by looking directly at them. So I was looking at the screens the whole time because it was.
Oh no, I was looking at them.
To look, but to just see.
Take it all in.
Oh, yeah. It was an awful lot going on. It was a great show. It was a great show. But I was just like, at one stage, you know, just talking to people and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know, because me and you were laughing kind of at some stuff
we were
doing. And I was kind of like, you know, turning to other people and laughing, and they were like dead serious.
I know, they were fuming at us. We were fucking howling. I was like, hardly he's still going. Hardly he's still going.
Like, I said it to one person, I was like, isn't he just so stupid? She was like, oh no, I think it's brilliant. I'm to come down from that. Like,
and you were like, whoops, the wrong crowd.
No, you are dead serious about this. Like, obviously he's great. He's very talented. I would pay again to see him.
100%. But we pay full whack. We would do it again.
Ridiculous.
He is ridiculous. Like, that's what I mean. He's a parody. You have to be a fan, you have to understand that he is like.
But they don't.
Oh no, I know.
They take it fully serious, because I was just like, at one stage I was going, yous aren't fans. Yous are. This is a room full of enablers.
No,
that's all this is.
That is the word, enablers. Yeah, so like Cheyenne was a banger, but do you remember everybody was causing mayhem in our road during that time?
What, were they getting up and going to the toilet?
No, do you remember your man, the usher came and people were taking other people's seats, and and I was like, well, just shut up. This is the only fucking song I actually like. Would you shut the fuck up? I was piss off.
I think I might have been outside.
I was like, you have to fucking. No, you were there. I was like, you have to pay attention to this song of all the songs. He's singing his heart out over there. So annoyed. I was like, so that was very gas. This is what I mean, okay? So you had Jason in like this, again, tank top, leather jeans, leather jacket. And it never really changed. It became a hoodie at one point. We'll talk about that in a moment. Like, it was kind of, again, hot lights, a guy who sweats a lot. It was like Usher at the halftime show. I was like, just get a towel. Nobody cares. Get a towel.
Yeah.
But instead he got the girls to towel him down.
The amount of DMs that I saw coming in yesterday, and they were like, I'd say they're sick of his shit.
Yeah, genuinely. I'd say they're fuming. No, another night. Here we go.
Absolutely sick of his shit.
And now you have to go and towel him. What? I'm a dancer. Yeah, go and towel him. Yeah, fuming. I'd be fucking fuming. But what I thought was really weird was the band. So the band were dressed like Silk Sonic. So you had this real.
I have such an eye for detail. I don't remember any of this.
No, I take a show in well, you were lamped as well. So
the
band were like fully dressed like Silk Sonic.
What's that?
So Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
That vibe,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know that kind of like, I'm gonna leave the door open, and they're all like in matching kind of silk, like listen.
Yeah,
you know that kind of like, it's all very like silk and old school, but kind of like all the band. So I was like, okay, so you have all the visuals are like look animated, look like he had TikTok screens everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got the band who are doing this retro thing.
Yeah.
You've the dancers who like are not coordinated, like the outfits, sorry, they were very coordinated.
Yeah.
But like as in the outfits are so bonkers to me. Because as I said, it went from dominatrix gear, which was most of it, into then they just put a little gladiator leather strap skirt over the G-strings for, again, no reason. Because like he did all the cutesy songs while they're in the dominatrix gear. So I don't really understand that part.
Yeah.
Then they popped on little gladiator skirts, took off the knee-high boots, popped on runners. Then the knee-high boots came back on and they're back in the dominatrix gear.
Yeah.
And then they changed into their red outfits. And I'm like, okay, why weren't you in, like, New King is all red and gold. Why weren't you in red? Like, that's a lot of outfit changes for dancers. Why weren't you kind of in red pretty much most of the concert and done some kind of like forms of the red situation? The dominatrix gear I will never understand.
No.
It did not match anything. No. Like, and I'm all for a beautiful woman in a G-string. But like, I was like, this doesn't make, like, this is not good to dancing. This is not comfy.
No, definitely.
You know,
not,
I was like, this is kind of whatever about the knee-high boots. I understand because they had to shuffle and everything in them, and they did not they did not miss a step. When I mean those
I remember
girls,
you saying that.
I was like, oh my God, because there was some song and you know it, and like it's like the move is like the shuffle move, and they all go out in a line.
Yeah,
those girls were shuffling in, like when I mean stiletto. Killer heels.
Yeah.
No bother to them, not missing a beat.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Oh, they're fantastic.
You are my women.
Yeah.
Like if I could ever afford to hire dancers, you are the ones
it'd be
for
you
me.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing was high camp.
Yeah.
Very high camp.
Okay.
And that's what I mean about him. It's like he is just, he's camp. Like it was. Say what you want. It was. Again, getting the girls to wipe the sweat off him was absolutely wild. We were also sitting in a cloud of blue raspberry. Don't know if you noticed that. The vapes were flying.
Oh yeah, they were. No, I said that to you.
Yeah, you found a vape. And
I found a vape in my bag. I was, look at this thing from ages ago. It smells like Skittles. I got tried to get you to smell it, and you wouldn't smell it.
I know, because I was like, I thought you were trying to give it to me. I was like, I don't want this vape that you found on the floor.
No, it was in my bag.
I didn't know that, again, because we were in a concert.
There was lots of people vaping. I was shocked. I was like, oh, you can't vape indoors.
I know, you're like, oh. And nobody was stopping them. The ushers were right beside us. They were like, anyway, don't care. Off he's gone.
I mean, there's fog machines galore, so is it much different, to be fair?
Sorry, another thing that I thought was absolutely epic was when he did his Time Heals All speech. Do you remember that part?
I can't say I do.
So he stopped the music randomly.
Oh, I couldn't hear what he was saying. I was just like there with a big massive grin on my face going, this is fucking
yeah, you were like,
stupid.
he's brilliant. Everything was like, it was completely silent. And Jen, he's brilliant. I was like,
I did that thing that, you know, when Beyonce and her tour, does she say stop or shut, listen or something like that? And then
mute.
Yeah.
And
then one person speaks and there's fucking riots.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
Everybody now mute. He's fucking brilliant. Like, who is that? Even the kids shut up for it. Not the children there shut up for it.
Anyway.
But he went on this big long, he was like, you know, all my songs are like my kids. Every single song of mine is like my babies, you know? And I had a real rough ride with the record label. I was like, I feel like I fucking heard this from every poxy artist. Like, and then he kind of went into this thing, but I want you guys to know, above anything, time heals all. Here's my new song.
Yeah, I do remember there being a bit of a ridiculous minute.
It had nothing to do with, like, the song was New King or something.
Yeah.
Or You and I or something. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I was like, this is called a decade of Derulo. Stop trying to give us your new songs nobody knows.
Yeah.
Phil. Like.
Fool. Like, get back to it, girl. Get her out again. Let's do it one more time.
Like, seriously.
There was another portion when the Lay Twins brought out the couch, and he popped on a hoodie, and they were like acting. Oh my God, they were like acting out. So he had like all the lad dancers at this point, acting out, like having fun, and he's sitting there with the like emo style, like hood up, like
freezing,
slumped over. Slumped over, and they're like elbowing him as if like, get in on this, we're all having a ball, and they're like pretending to try and take selfies and he won't get involved, and they're all like, Jason, I was like, this chap thinks it's Broadway.
I don't
was like,
remember that.
it
I'm
was
fucking
no, you were. I think you were gone
raging.
for a cigarette, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, my eyes were like saucers.
Yeah.
I was like, this is outrageous for a song about you cheating on a bird. Do you know what I mean? This is fucking madness. This is not a music video.
Oh my God.
And they're all like on the couch, then upside down, all like heads on each other's shoulders. It was madness. It was madness. If you can see him, please, just for that thing alone.
Please do. Yeah.
He dedicated.
He's in Belfast, I think, in the summer.
He is in Belfast in the summer, yeah. He dedicated 8 minutes to a song called You and I. And I've never, ever, ever heard that song before, not even passively. Not even elevator music.
Not even against your will. Like.
Not even against my will have I heard that song before. 8 minutes he dedicated to this song.
Oh, was that where he kept trying to change his fuck, or was that Savage Love?
Savage, he did it to Savage Love as well, but You and I was one that, like, with Savage Love, again, he did it for Savage Love because he thought that, like, everybody was going to be like, oh my God, the best Jason Derulo song. When, if you don't know his song Savage Love, it was a TikTok sound. So it was a stupid, it sounds like a fucking old McDonald's sound.
It sounds like Bobby could make it.
Yeah, that got popular on TikTok, and him thinking that he is TikTok.
Yeah.
Decided then to use the sound and make a song out of it. And again, was almost as if like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I know.
Smashed it. You don't have to say anything. I already know I did that. Insane behaviour. Like just again, and was almost as if like, yeah. You know the way sounds go viral? The sound had gone viral, and this chap then made a song out of the previously viral sound.
Yeah, like he didn't make it viral.
No. And then made it out as if like, you're welcome for that.
Well, he did it with Kanye as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this is another conversation that we had in the car. I don't know if you remember it. No artist should be able to have. No artist should really have more than a couple of sampled songs in their lifestyle, particularly not the hits. Okay, this chap has had 12.
This fucker's.
I don't think he's had an original beat in his life. It's mad.
Like if he's calling these songs his his
babies,
kids, they're fucking Irish twins because he's banging them out. Like, close your fucking legs. It's not possible. You're having quads at this stage. Like, he has a new song every fucking day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the sheer quantity of the songs that he's releasing is ridiculous, and that's why we love him so much. What the fuck was that? Oh, there you go. Look.
Oh, Conor
Whose
Ryan
face
sauce.
is that?
That's Conor Ryan.
I
His sauces from the butchers. My friend got them for me as a parody gift. Yeah, he has his face on them.
Conor.
Yeah. I got given a voucher and that.
Yeah, fucking mad joke.
Yeah.
Like one.
There you go.
He was bleeding face. That Conor Ryan looking at
you
me.
were like, why is that happening?
It's a fancy bottle.
Here's Bay.
It's Bay. Love them.
They're not great.
I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't imagine so.
No, they're not great, unfortunately. I was like, I'll give them a go. They're not great.
Yeah. He's like Jason. I enjoy looking at him for specific reasons.
So, like,
parody of himself.
Yeah, parody of himself. So, just to give you guys a bit of a just a quick lesson. So, What You Say is his most popular song ever. Okay, then Talk Dirty, then Want to Want Me, then Trumpets. And then In My Head. So nowhere is Savage Love even near the top 5. And he was almost as if like, you're going to know this one.
Yeah.
It was, again, but so crazy to me.
It's mad when artists, and it like, this is why I should be even apprehensive about putting me DIYs up on Instagram, because it's not what I'm known for.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit right with me when somebody is they're known for doing something so well. Not that I'm not comparing myself anymore, I'm out of the equation now, but Jason Derulo, he's known for being a singer, but then when he makes TikTok his whole personality, I'm like, it's hard to comprehend in your brain. It's hard to take it serious.
We're all multifaceted humans. We all should be able to do whatever we want, but it's more than the way it's being presented back to us.
Yeah.
That's the insane thing. And like, even with the Savage Love, so like this again went viral because people were like, I've never been given the ick by 18,000 people before in my life, because he had like most of the crowd doing the Savage Love, which is left shoulder, right shoulder, hand up and sway the hand to the beat. Right? That's the dance, like the Macarena. No one did it in Dublin.
Nobody.
No one did it in Dublin.
I couldn't remember it. I was trying to do it because I was
know.
lit, but I couldn't remember it.
No, I know.
And
He was showing you on the like him and the Lay Twins. Imagine being one of them.
God.
Imagine being one of them. Oh, can't wait to do this dance.
Yeah. Oh God.
But he did the same for the gunyo.
Yeah.
Don't take a lick of the lolly.
Lick at the lollipop, like it's
Yeah.
But at the end of Savage Love, anyway, he kept changing his like octave, whatever the fuck it's called, and he was like doing this whole
monologue.
Something like what Celine Dion would do.
I don't even think she would have done that.
No.
I don't even think she would have done that. It was like Broadway.
Yeah.
It was like Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was, but it was Savage Love, and it was at the end
Love,
of it, and he just kept going.
And he just kept like making up things. And then before he let us leave, and he barely let us leave, his dancers had to come back onto the stage twice because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. As in they walked off, and then he was like, no, and they had to come back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, gas.
I was wondering when the one more tune.
No, it didn't happen. Around. They just played. Do you not remember? He just stood there and they played the recording of I can't remember anyway. And it was a poppy, like it was about like a song you definitely want to dance to. And he just stood up on the podium, didn't sing it. It was just like the recording of it as he just stood there.
Oh yeah, because we were walking out with that.
Because I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not waiting to watch this man just literally stand there and pose to what a backing track of a song plays.
Yeah, we liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when, and I'm wondering, is this more of a younger generational thing? You know, when a concert usually in Ireland, it's you get the ole 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 in.
Yeah. No, we did. He made us do
Why?
Salvation Army, and he also made us do.
Came from England, and he thinks he's still there.
He also did. He also made us do. What was that other song?
Aggie, no?
No, there was another one. It's like not a country song. He had shots built in, which I was fucking.
Yes, we loved that.
I was literally like nearly leaping over the barrier there. I thought I was
what
Lil Jon.
What shot got to do with him?
Nothing.
No,
I don't care. You can put it anywhere. Anyone can put it in anywhere.
Do you know what? Fucking Nathan.
Anyone.
Like one of them country and western.
Picture this could pop in fucking shots, and I'd be happy.
I would be.
Dermot Kennedy could do it, and I'd be like, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Would particularly enjoy it if Lewis Capaldi did.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Great crack. Yeah. Great crack. But yeah, no, you're right. And he like when we were doing the Super Bowl episode, like imagine being with Lil Jon doing fucking shots.
Yeah.
Even Jason Derulo doing shots is great.
That's what I saw Lil Jon do it in Vegas. I saw him do Get Low as well. Like obviously I saw him do all his tunes, but like when shots came on, I was fucking lamping people into the pool. I was headbutting walls. I was fucking smashing the place up. Like I was honestly
one of them songs.
Yeah, it really is. I was like doing backflips.
Yeah.
It
is. It's one of them songs.
In a pair of fucking flip flops. I was a whole new person.
It's just one. I don't know what it is. It must be scientifically made in a lab to get people up.
Because like if it comes on in the car, you're like no, but in a venue,
I have it on my Feeling Bleeding Rapper playlist, and it always comes on in the car, and I never turn it off.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't hit as hard.
No, it doesn't.
As like in a live setting, it doesn't matter if it's just by a DJ playing it. It's like again,
it's very
you're smashing through walls. Like you feel like you can lift the earth.
Very, very
something wrong. It's very, very strange. But yeah, so anyway, it was a banger. He did a love song to Dublin at the end of it, which again was insane. Do you not remember that?
No,
he was like Dublin and did this this little riff. I was like, oh my God, would you stop?
Yeah.
No one knows this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, stop with the new album. Like, do you know what I mean?
Do another version.
You're gonna have another album now next week, so don't waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. You're churning out the album.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Before we go, I have an unpopular opinion for you. Right. I don't know. They shouldn't be in place. Okay? This fucking scam should not be in place. But I am a little bit girl math in it when it comes to the return deposit scheme.
Okay.
Because when I go and return a load of Diet Coke cans and I get a little voucher at the end, and then I go and do my shopping and I hand that in as tender, I'm like, got a discount.
Mad.
Girl math in it. It feels like free money.
It's not.
I know it's not. but for some reason my brain
It's
is...
literally the biggest con we've let happen to us since the fucking
It's
e-flow.
the return deposit scam is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It shouldn't be in place. But I do appreciate when I have cans to return and I get the little voucher and I go up to pay, because we all, like, I don't know, I think the majority of people are crying at the till these days with the cost of living. When I get to hand that in, as well as me Dunn's vouchers and me quarterly vouchers and me club cards, and I get me like a big fucking trolley full of shopping for 50 quid, I'm just like, oh, I'm winning. I'm winning at life.
No, that's fair.
Electric Ireland are after me, but I'm winning at life with the shopping.
They're literally like winking at you. And you're
No,
like,
they're like, where's our money, bitch? And I'm like,
you're like, what
sorry,
about
I
it?
get paid fortnightly. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where are we back to Stamper of the Week?
Yeah. Do you want to hear the abomination of this week?
Don't get banned. Keep it
Oh.
under 10 seconds. No, because we haven't been banned because we haven't been putting them up.
No, I know, but it's 15 seconds. But anyway, go on.
Right.
So look, it has to be a Jason Derulo song.
It absolutely does.
This is his latest sample. When I first heard it, I was like,
you got new?
how has this happened? This is from his album New King.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, let's just.
No, sorry, that's 2 samples already. That's Pony by Genuine and the second one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you take that one away. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
fucking mad joke.
There you go. There you go. So.
Oh, stop it. That's
Yeah.
fucking gas.
That's
Right.
Jason Derulo and David Guetta. Another king. Another new king, shall we say.
Face is fucking melting off
Yeah.
me here. Right, we're going to leave you with a new little thing we're doing.
A little excerpt, if you will, of our Patreon.
Yeah, so we're going to throw a little clip in it at the end of each main episode now, before we ring us out with the jingle, just so that you can hear what we're talking about. This week it's going to be Kate Middleton.
Vanderpump Rules.
Like, it's usually tangents as well, but anyway, you'll get to have a little listen to it. So we'll leave you there and we will talk to you next week. Bye! Right, Kate. So, along them lines of the BBL, there is one theory in there that may be believable, because like a BBL.
So what happened? She just disappeared.
No, she didn't. They came out. Her last appearance was on Christmas Day. They all went to mass that morning, and then the palace came out in January to say that she was going in for abdominal surgery, and she won't be carrying out any public duties until after Easter.
Yeah.
I was going through some of the theories, and like a lot of people do have it twisted. It's like, oh, she went missing, and they never said she wasn't going to be. Like, if they had just told us we wouldn't see her until after a certain time, that would make sense. I'm like, that's what they did. They did that. So.
And he still said she had a BBL.
Some of my theories may not be bang on. But I was like, yeah, no, they actually did come out and say that. So her thing was abdominal surgery. Now, one video that I did see was that it was like she was like she came out in 4-inch heels like hours after having a baby. I'm gonna put abdominal surgery and childbirth on the same bracket. Like, why could she not? Or like, what's the crack? Was it tummy tuck? Like, what sort of abdominal surgery are you talking where we can't even have a fucking picture from the shoulders up? Do you know, like, it was very, very that. A few physicians have come out to say that now she's like gonna be the queen. So a 10-day recovery in hospital is very fucking but a 10-day stint in hospital for recovery is very possible for her. Probably not for the normal Joe Soap though.
Okay.
Do you know, like, it's not a done thing generally. You're not kind of talking that amount of time for recovery, but for her it's kind of believable. So it was abdominal surgery. She's not going to be out until the end of Easter. Now they're saying June.
But she's been spotted in the car.
No, that was Pippa.
Oh.
I think it was Pippa. Personally,
see, people I see again more theories here.
See, it's more theories, but at the same time, so you have to bear in mind throughout the whole lot of this, the palace have a contract or an agreement, or there's something going on with the British media. You would not think so because of the amount of shit that they talk about Harry and Meghan, and you know, like all of the things that, like, they villainized Diana, like, all of the things that they've done in the past, but there is a certain level of agreement. They won't post pictures unless it's provided directly from the palace. They're in cahoots, is what I'm trying to say. But the picture of her in the car it was something that America had on the Brits because it wasn't sent to them directly. Somebody took a really fucking grainy photo. I don't know who took the photo, but it got to TMZ first. So because of this agreement, the theory is that the British papers went AWOL with it themselves because it wasn't provided by the palace, so they could kind of say what they wanted about it in a way. But it got from TMZ. When you look at the photos and you compare them to Pippa, it's Pippa.
Okay.
In my own opinion.
Okay.
Do you know? She was spotted. There was another picture, and this was after the Mother's Day photo of her and William in the back of a car, but it was the back of her head.
Yeah. I think I saw that one too, and I was like, sure, she's there. I don't understand why people are being weird about it. I'm like, obviously she's still gonna like, but then in my head I was like, she doesn't have to do, and I was like, no, she's a royal, she does actually have to go and do these things. It's kind of the job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there was that, and then there was obviously the Mother's Day photo, which the story is that it was William took the photo. It's very summer looking day for the time of year.
It did look very summery.
She's not wearing her wedding ring.
Yeah.
He never do, like, this is another theory, is like, oh my God, he's not wearing his wedding. He never did. He never even got a ring at the ceremony. He doesn't like jewellery. That's the thing. He never even, when they were getting married, she did not put a ring on his finger.
Also, he is Prince William, and everybody knows he is married because he is Prince William. Like, everyone in the world knows that he is married. Yeah. No one thinks that he is like walking into a bar.
No, exactly.
Single Pringle trying to hit on someone because he doesn't have his fucking wedding ring on.
Exactly.
You clowns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't even that. It was just the fact that she's not wearing the ring in it, and every single, not one photo was out there of her without that ring.
I think people are weird about rings though in general.
They so are. They're really weird. But obviously, so it's not, personally, I don't think it's the editing that's the problem, because like, the little princess's sleeve doesn't line up, but you're not going to be editing that.
So the editing thing, so basically this photo came out.
This photo comes out on
It looks photoshopped because it is. Yeah. And then they released a statement saying that she was just having a laugh with Photoshop.
No, there was a kill order put on it.
Okay.
With the British media.
The Irish.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say Irish media, the British media. Because it's altered.
Yeah.
And they couldn't trust it anymore, so there was a kill order put on all of the British media, like, kind of, I suppose, mainstream sources, to kill the photo. It was altered. They couldn't trust it. It can't be verified, that kind of thing, even though it came from the palace. So it was, I don't know. It's another just a fucking weird layer to this.
Yeah.
But the edits on it, like, unless if she had fucking wiped her sleeve on her nose and there was a big snot on it, I don't understand why that would have been edited. So I think the theory is this was AI generated.